Hey, Mike with Untitled Chapter here, and today's video I'll be walking you through how to build a childcare staff evaluation form, so let's get into it. Now, a couple things before we jump into the steps of building a staff evaluation form. First and foremost, you might be wondering, what is a staff evaluation form and how do you use it? Well, really, it's just a simple evaluation tool that you can implement in your childcare program that gives you the opportunity to assess the performance of staff and improve things in your childcare program. And so if you think about it, what you measure is something that you can improve upon. And so this can be a valuable tool to enhance your program. It gives you the opportunity to get regular feedback on your staff. And again, it can help you increase efficiency, and it can also help your staff understand their roles better and help you to uncover specific strengths and potential weaknesses that you can help fix to make your program run better. So with that said, let's jump into what you need to do to build a staff evaluation form. So the first thing that you want to include is just simply the employee info. So this can be their name, the position that they have, as well as the date that the evaluation is happening, and other general info about the employee you might need to include. The second thing that you want to include is a professional conduct evaluation. And so this is just general expectations around guidelines and behaviors when your employee is working at your program. So simple things like, are they on time? What is their appearance like? Are they hygienic or not? Do they get along with coworkers? Are they polite and use appropriate language for the setting? Do they adhere to the code of conduct listed in your employee handbook? And potentially things like, how do they handle constructive criticism in their role? Different things that have to do with their overall professional conduct at your program. The next area you want to include is a childcare work evaluation. And so this generally covers interactions with the children in your program. So for example, is their attitude friendly and warm? Did they refrain from using hurtful or negative descriptive terms for the children? Did they discipline the children effectively and promote good behavior? Are they connecting with the children throughout the activities during the day? Are they keeping accurate records of the development of the children throughout your program? Is their language appropriate for children and overall positive? And can they facilitate the needs of special needs children throughout your program? Again, feel free to add other questions or areas that fit well in this section that suit your program. The fourth area to include is a parent engagement evaluation. Keeping parents engaged is another part of a successful program, so you want to include questions around this area as well in your staff evaluation form. So it could be things like, is this person a good representation of your center to parents? You might include something like, are issues resolved effectively and cooperatively with parents? You might include something like, are communications with parents prompt and understandable? Another option could be, do they respond to parent concerns with grace and politeness? And are they actively pursuing building positive relationships with parents? Again, you might have other options. Maybe you post photos on a regular basis. You can document whether they're doing that, if they're messaging with parents, if they're responding to parents' communication in a timely manner. But again, include questions around parent engagement in this section. The fifth section to include in your staff evaluation forms are classroom skills evaluations. So again, this is talking about the different skills that your staff might use throughout the day in handling and managing the classroom. Again, this might tie into the different activities and skills they're going to need to effectively manage the classrooms in your center throughout the day. So again, questions like, are lesson plans developed and keeping in line with the current curriculum? Or are the classroom learning centers being fully utilized throughout the day? You might include questions around things like, are the rooms fully maintained and set up throughout the day? You might ask a question around the activities that the staff are performing throughout the day, and if they're appropriate for the different ages of children that they're working with in your center. You might ask if they're using a daily routine or the daily schedule that you've set out, and if they're following that appropriately. You might have a question just around if the classroom in general is an enriching environment for the children, and if your staff is maintaining that environment. Again, several different options you can include, but this section should focus around classroom management and classroom skills. The next section you want to include is a professional development evaluation. So again, this is really just a focus around continuing education and helping your staff grow and improve and become better leaders in your program. So you want to center questions around this. So you might ask a question like, is your employee actively taking classes or any training to improve their skills? Do they have a career plan in place to enhance their role throughout your program? Are they contributing to this center beyond their basic job functions? And if you have it available, are they taking advantage of any mentorship opportunities throughout your program? Again, this is a great option. It makes people feel wanted. It makes them grow and develop and become better leaders. And giving people that sense of growth in your program can help improve retention and keep them around long term. So be sure to include a section around professional development as well in your staff evaluation forms. Now, some different tips to implement these forms and make sure it's an effective experience in your program. One tip is to use a rating scale. And so you could do something like 1 through 5, 1 through 10, or you might just do something simple like a plus, a minus, or a plus minus. So good, bad, or somewhere in between. Give people a rating so they understand how they're doing, and it kind of gives them a visual in that sense on where they might need to improve or where they're really excelling. Also, be sure to schedule one-on-one meetings to review these evaluations with your staff. It's great to have a dialogue with your staff and discuss this evaluation with them so you can cover potential weakness areas, but as well as strengths, so they don't just see this as a personal attack on what they're doing if they get a low rating in a certain area. Another thing you might want to include is a self-evaluation version of these staff evaluation forms. It gives your staff the opportunity to rate themselves and give them scores in areas that they think they're doing well, or potential areas they feel they need to improve on. Plus, it might give you additional insight that you might not see, where you think they might be doing great in an area, but they might think they're doing bad. And so you can give them that boost of confidence to let them know they are doing well. Or again, if there's some type of miscommunication where they think they're doing great in an area, but they're really not, you can clarify that for them and help them improve their abilities. But overall, you want to leave a feeling of empowerment with your employees and staff when you do these evaluations. So make sure you really commend their performance, that they're doing well, and don't create these sessions as just a negative session where the people feel like they're being attacked throughout their reviews, but instead give it a way to showcase what they're doing well and then lay out a plan to improve areas that they might be struggling with. People want to know that you care, and building these staff evaluations into your program is a great way to show it when you have the vibe that you're trying to help people improve and succeed as best as they can in your program. Another idea is to consider doing these quarterly, just so it gives people enough time to improve on areas they might be struggling with, and so there's enough time in between reviews where if somebody has a negative review, it gives them ample time to improve on those issues before you would need to take any disciplinary action. Now, the good news is you don't need to remember all these different areas at once. We actually have a free resource where you can download a staff evaluation form template for your childcare program. So check in the links in the description below for that. But if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. And beyond that, we have even more free resources and training and tools to help you build a successful childcare program. So check in the links in the description below for those resources. We've got daily schedule templates, parent newsletters, as well as an ultimate guide to childcare management. So if you're looking to enhance your program, streamline operations, increase enrollments, be sure to check that out in the description below. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new videos we put out. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.